So question number 9, will I experience gluten withdrawal symptoms? Simple answer is yes. Many people going gluten-free will actually feel worse before they start feeling better. And some of the symptoms include low-grade fever, shakes, chills, irritability and agitation, headaches, visual disturbances. These are all the same kinds of symptoms that we might see in somebody going through drug withdrawal, and this is why. You see here the opioid effects of gluten exorphins. Okay, gluten can be degraded into several morphine-like substances named gluten exorphins, sometimes called gluteomorphin. Proven opioid effects and could mask the deleterious effects of gluten protein on gastrointestinal lining and function. What's interesting about this, because I was talking earlier about some people eat gluten and they don't feel bad, but they still go on and develop disease. But when they eat gluten, they don't feel bad. And this actually is one of the reasons this can happen, is that gluten can mask its own toxicity because morphine has pain reduction effects. And so that in and of itself, gluten can hide its toxicity. Now, because it mimics morphine, when you're getting off of it, you can experience what feels like morphine withdrawals. And this is why, again, some people feel worse getting off of gluten for the first few weeks. It's generally my experience, people that experience this, the 2 to 3 week time frame, generally where they might feel worse. Not everybody has this withdrawal-like symptom, but it definitely happens to some folks. Now, one of the things you can do to overcome this is vitamin B3 niacin, anywhere from 100 to 300 milligrams a day can be a helpful thing to do. And taking that with a B complex might also be of great benefit to help kind of buffer some of these symptoms. And the other that can really be helpful is vitamin C. And upwards of 5+ grams daily for an adult to buffer some of those withdrawal symptoms. So can you feel worse getting off of gluten? Yes, this is one of the reasons why the morphine-like content or proteins that are broken down can actually create a withdrawal scenario for some people. Now, there's another aspect to feeling worse before feeling better for some folks, and that has to do with carbohydrate. So when people go gluten-free, a lot of times because of the paralysis of the new diet, so their carb levels are dropping. So their carbs drop dramatically, and it almost sends them, in some cases, if they drop low enough, into like a keto flu-like state. And this has to do with just the major reduction of carbohydrates initially. This aspect of side effect can be alleviated by just making sure that you're getting other carbohydrate in the diet, although they don't need to be grains. Again, remember that statistically speaking, 70% of the calories in the U.S. diet for most people come from wheat. And so the carbohydrate, the vast majority of carb they're consuming is from grain. And so when you cut that out, you cut out overall, you cut out total carbohydrate intake. And so that can be alleviated by increasing non-grain-based carbohydrates. If you're having more of the withdrawal from the morphine-like, you can take the B3, you can take the vitamin C to aid in that, and then just give it time and know that it will pass.